Hello and welcome again to my channel. Today we will take a closer look at Tao Te Ching chapter 6. Let's go. The goddess of the valleys does not die. This is the wondrous female. The gate of the wondrous female, this is the root of heaven and earth. She seems to be continually existing, impossible to be used up. So, Tao Te Ching chapter 6. The goddess of the valleys does not die. This is the wondrous female. Okay, first line. So this is about women. Okay, this is about the sacred female, of course. The goddess of the valleys does not die. So what does that mean? The valleys correspond, of course, with the female, with the yin, because the valley gathers water in it, and water always flows to the deepest point of the valley. Okay, so, and we know that yin travels downward. Yin corresponds to earth, corresponds to the deepest, the darkest. And so the goddess of the valley is, of course, the sacred female. And the goddess of the valleys does not die, of course, refer to the yin, the absolute yin, which is, of course, Mother Earth. Okay, the big planet we're living on, that nurturing power, which is constantly nurturing us, nurturing nature, giving, giving, giving. That is the wondrous female. Okay, that is what a mother does for her children. Okay, she nourishes them. Okay, with all what she has. So that is the secret female. So the goddess of valleys does not die. This is the wondrous female. Second line, the gate of the wondrous female. This is the root of heaven and earth. So the gate of the wondrous female. What does that mean? Of course, we can interpret this in a medical, in a biological sense, which would mean that the gate of the wondrous female is the vagina. And this is the root of heaven and earth, which is an interesting statement because, and this corresponds to the Bible again, because in the Bible, the world is created for the humans and not the other way around. Okay, not in biology, in Darwinism, you have this idea that there's the world and then everything is developing over a very long period of time, and in the end, they're humans. But in the ancient literature of the Bible, it is said that God created the world, created the Garden Eden for Adam and Eve. Okay, so and this is the same. This is saying the gate of the wondrous female. This is the root of heaven and earth, because heaven and earth is a term for literally everything, for the Tao in itself. So yeah, it's an interesting statement. Because the vagina, of course, is the gate of life, because new life is born through that gate. And if all of reality is made for humans, then this is the root of heaven and earth. And this is a great statement. Okay, this is a great statement. This is a great admiration for the female itself, for the female power, which is giving birth to life, and in this sense, giving birth to heaven and earth itself. Yeah, which cannot, like, what is higher, what is better, what is greater than that? Okay, so this is high praise for the female. And then we come to the last line. She seems to be continually existing, impossible to be used up. And this is, I think, this is referring to what we also talked about as we talked about the fourth chapter, that nature, Mother Earth, the sacred female, it's never used up. Okay, it always carries on, and there's always coming more out of it. Like, you cannot tame nature. Nature will always return and grow and grow and grow and grow. And yeah, it's going on and on. Okay, there's a patient coming. I have to stop. I continue later. So, where were we? Yeah, we were talking about the power of the female, the power of Mother Earth, the nature. And yeah, so this quality we were talking about here, this ancient female quality that Mother Earth is always there. She is continually existing forever. She has always been there and will always be there. And it's impossible to use that quality up. Okay, in the previous chapter, in chapter 4, we were talking about the quality of the Tao, which is constantly giving, and it's impossible to be used up. And now we were talking about the yin side of things, which is also that she is continually giving, existing, carrying on, and is impossible to be used up. So we have this yin-yang pair again of the heavens above, which is the yang because it's above, and we have the earth beneath, which is yin, and both cannot be used up. Okay, so yeah, this is the main statement here, and this whole chapter is really a praise of the female itself, of the female energy, of giving birth, of giving life, of making the world go on, okay, to keep everything going, okay. And the goddess of the valleys, the sacred females, does that by giving birth, okay. And we also talked about this, that the female energy is kind of pulling life, pulling yang down to earth and giving it a physical form so it can exist in this three-dimensional space we call physical reality. Okay, so yeah, that's for this 6th chapter of the Tao Te Ching. I hope you had some fun exploring it, and yeah, feel free to subscribe if you like my videos, and if you want to have more of it, I will definitely continuing doing this videos about the Tao Te Ching and about Taoist philosophy. Yeah, so if you're interested, please subscribe and stay with me. See you next time. Goodbye.